Greetings, Patriots, Starseas Lightworkers, and of course our very brave military and galactic brothers and sisters. I'm Alex West, and this is October the 10th, my sister's birthday. Happy birthday, sister. So, we've got some new information, always. It comes in 24/7, never stops. But the military's estimating that everybody will know what's going on by 2026. Whether they choose to accept it or not is a different story, but they will know about it. Great changes. No one will be able to look away, that are going to be coming down across the world. Okay, everything that's going on right now, including the court system that, we call Washington, we used to call it DC, but now, because that was the District of Columbia, a totally different state than the United States Republic, but now it's called Washington, which was, one of their founding fathers. Okay, so we're going to accept or adopt George Washington and all the founding fathers in the Commonwealth of these different countries that have joined the U.S. Republic. Scotland, Ireland, Greenland, Canada, possibly Mexico, because there is some history there, and Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa. Okay, now the judges, okay, the JAG are going to be running all the courts inside Washington. About the tribunals, everything's going to military. The courts as we know it, okay, now first will be applied through the JAG. They will be holding court tribunals. The JAG judges will be trying civilian judges, okay, for any criminal or corrupt activities that they've been doing. This is how it's going to go down. And it's not going to be just in the United States. It's going to be worldwide. And the judges, civilian judges, will be held accountable for their corrupt conduct. Okay? Earth Alliance is working on the judicial system right now. Okay? So this is all happening right now. Okay? These are going to be tribunals, military, very quick trials. It's in the morning at 10 o'clock, and that trial is finished within 1 hour. The shutdown is a global event, and this shutdown is for global awareness. That's for everybody there to wake up, to see, and that's going to jolt their reality, their matrix that they're living in. That's going to jolt them into paying attention. This and this is for all this, the intuitives, my tribal family, everybody that has awakened a long time ago. This is for you, okay? This emotional roller coaster that you feel, and we all feel in this, okay, for, some for many years, some for just a few years, but we're all, becoming quite intuitive, the ones that are waking up and resonating with this, okay, has been part of the military plan. They don't care about your feelings. What they're trying to do is deprogram you from all the baggage that you've collected throughout your lifetime, your mother's lifetime, your mother's mother before that, because this goes back generations. We, humanity, has to be broken down emotionally, psychologically, but not spiritually, okay? Because we have to shed the rotten apples that grow onto us, and have been growing and festering inside of us for generations. And this, in order to rebuild a spiritual cleansing, you have to get rid of all the garbage first. It's kind of like a bucket of water. You got a bucket of dirty water, but if you keep on adding clean water to that bucket, eventually that bucket becomes so pure, just by adding that pure water to it, it gets rid of all the garbage eventually. And this is the process that we're going through right now. The military's playbook is intentional, creating chaos to emotionally tear you down. Now, it's really hard on us right now, but really this is a process of shedding our old waste. And what we have to recognize now is, knowing and understanding that we are, through all this chaos and emotional roller coaster, we are shedding a lot of baggage that we do not need to carry. We are having God's light shine on you now. Many won't wake up until they are really, beaten down, or something very traumatic, financially, spiritually, addiction, whatever it may be, hits them in the face. And then that will be their calling at that point to make their decision whether to stay in the dark or, get into the light. This is all to break your indoctrination and brainwashing that ties humanity to the matrix. The military knows this psychological warfare that's going on right now. We have been in a psychological warfare, thinking that the baddies and the, whoever's out there trying to do this is doing it. No, it's basically being controlled by the military to, bring light to your reality, your matrix, to make you step back and look at your life and what you want to do to cleanse it, to clean it up. Okay? Now, people in construction will adapt to this a lot better because they know how to tear things down and then rebuild. They have that psychological balance in their brain already, knowing that they can physically or mentally picture something being torn down and then picture it coming back up. So they're going to have an easier time tearing down their old matrix and rebuilding a spiritual consciousness that's going to rise. Okay. Now, the tide of your emotions are going to start rising, and they're rising now. What we first have to do is recognize the fact is that we do have a soul, and it is activated, has been activated since birth. You have been different. You do things different. People call you the black sheep and all this other stuff. You can't resonate with your brothers and sisters or, boyfriends or girlfriends because we are not spiritually connected. We are only connected with the people out there now that are talking as, not really a guidance, but people that are out there. Like I resonate with, many people that are on the podcast. I resonate with many people that follow me on my content because we are a spiritual family. And this is how we're going to move the ascension up on the planet, is by doing what we're doing. It's fun, is it's really a lot of fun. The most important thing for the intuitives is to walk and know this is God's plan. This is God's plan. This is the military in their different phases of consciousness through their intelligence, which is the good military, stays with the biblical settings and not necessarily something that was been written by man through a Bible or whatever. There is old scriptures that has been kept from humanity that we will be able to enjoy soon enough. Stay emotionally detached from the chaotic reality. Okay, I said this before. It's a matter of, observe but don't absorb. And God is taking the old stinking thinking from your mind, okay? And he's replanting beautiful spiritual thoughts. This is what he's doing for the intuitives right now. And everybody's got their own path. But as we ascend, each individual becomes awakening. They may know what's going on. And I mean, I have a friend right now that her son in his 50s or whatever, he's completely pissed off with everything that the Canadian government's doing. He's that far in advance, into it, but he hasn't got a picture. He just sees the absolute corruption of the government. That's part of his awakening, right? Then I have another friend I used to know, or used to not hang with her, but come and have a visit with, whatever. Now we kind of broke apart, and we started basically emotionally separating when at the time of 2020 came around, and he went down after I told him not to go into the Kool-Aid, not to take the Kool-Aid, but he wanted to go racing down in Vegas with his dune buggies and whatever he was wanting to do, and he needed that Kool-Aid to get there, and he went ahead and did it. Now he's paying the price for it because, as a fairly decent, good mechanic and everything, and a good, fairly decent businessman, his world is falling apart now. And it's because the Kool-Aid is not just attacking him physically, but it's attacking him mentally as well. And I was also knew a friend that was his employee that just left last week, and he just said he's losing it, right? So that's what I mean. It's we all have to make a stand, and we have to recognize the chaos and the spiritual, or the dark elements that could completely control your life. And we have to step out of that and recognize that God is taking the old stinking thinking and trying to bless you and replant beautiful spiritual thoughts. Now, cutting ties with your dead weight is extremely important, okay? Or any negative that will drain your spirit. You have to get rid of it. Anything that's, dogging you down and keeping you, your energy levels down, because it's just, it's sucking, they're soul suckers, right? Got to get rid of them. You can't be dabbling with them. They just say, bye-bye, right? Find your inner peace, which again is the most important thing. You must take time out for yourself to be able to grow, right? We have to take time for ourselves. Maybe this is what God's plan was. I mean, I live in two worlds. I have a absolutely beautiful family, but like it says, and living where we live down in the Philippines, it gets a little chaotic. So I need time and peace for myself too. And then again, I come back to Canada and in my business here, and I keep the two separated very successfully. And of course, my emotions and my mind has time to, rebuild and replenish its energies. We live in, humanity lives in two stages. One, which are the narcissists or whatever, they're planted clones, NPCs. They are the doom and gloom mindset that they can't step out of their negativities. Okay, and even if they could, they might not want to. They might not want to change. And those are the ones that will soon, no matter what happens with our reality that's coming, because more and more every day, something's being exposed. More and more. And if, you know, people that are listening and watching, they're seeing these emotional changes. They're seeing, you know, whatever's happening and their little nuggets, and they're not going fast enough and it's driving us crazy. Well, that's all about our spiritual, growing. You know, going through this pain phase of it, right? So, all technologies, even the med beds, are just training wheels. You will, as you ascend up into 5, 6, 7D, you'll be able to heal yourself and live forever, you know, because we are spiritual beings that live for eternity. This avatar, you know, we come and go. We've been doing this for thousands of years, but the dark side has basically spiritually wiped our minds. You know, this time it's not going to happen that way, but we have to ascend, right? Anyways, my time is up on this one, and I want to say, you know, happy birthday to my sister, and God bless. We'll see you in the next one.